Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to just do a matte look. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. I feel like lately I've really been enjoying like more of a dewy and just glowy look. But I was a matte girl for a very long time. I loved my matte makeup and I wanted to go back to that time where I was all about the mattes. I hope you guys enjoy this look and just have fun recreating it. Go ahead and grab your brushes and just join me and let's get together. Even if you don't have these same things, grab whatever you have at home and just have fun with this look. I really hope you're all doing well and staying safe at home. If you would like to know how to recreate this matte look that I did on myself today, and please keep on watching and let's get right into it. As you can see, I have already done my eyebrows as well as I added a little bit of the concealer to my eyelid area as well, just to go ahead and prime it. I did not set it with any translucent powder or any powder for that fact. I'm just gonna go in directly from here to the eyeshadow that I'm going to be using today. So I figured I was going to give this palette another use. This is the e.l.f. The New Classics eyeshadow palette. I really like this palette because it has a lot of neutrals and just very matte colors. So I am going to be using today, to start off, I am going to apply the shade right here and I'm going to apply that to my whole eyelid area. To do that, I'm going to be using the SHOPMISSA E135 brush. I'm just going to grab some of this shade onto the brush. And I'm going to apply it to all of my lid area. I haven't actually used this palette since the time that I used it when I reviewed the e.l.f. products, the full face of only using e.l.f. products, which I do have a video with that. So if you haven't seen it, I will go ahead and link it above so you can check it out. There was actually a lot of very good products that I enjoyed using from them. There was already some that I really liked using from them before, but I also tried out a couple of new ones that I had never tried, and I was really impressed with just how they worked out. e.l.f. is super affordable and the quality of their products speaks for itself. Just because something is expensive doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, as well as not because something is cheap doesn't mean that it's good. But in this case, this brand is affordable as well as has great quality. So check them out and try out some of the e.l.f. products because they are worth it. And this is how it should look more or less. Just go ahead and build this shade as intense as you would like for it to come out. This is just after 2 or 3 times of me dipping my brush into the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to jump into another of the shades here. I'm going to be using this one right here, right below the one I just used. Now I'm going to take that with an E136 brush from SHOPMISSA. I'm going to add some to the brush and I'm going to focus this on the outer corner of my eye just to give it a little bit of depth. I'm also just going to slightly blend that over to the center, but not so much, to deepen up a little bit more that corner area. Okay, and just like that, now I'm going to go back to the first brush that I was using, 135, and I'm going to take a little bit more of the first shade that I used also, and I'm going to use that to go ahead and just blend out the crease. Now this is how it's looking. It looks a little bit scary right now, but I feel like all of my looks start out looking like that, but then they kind of get better. That is how it goes, to be quite honest. Sometimes I'm like, do I really want to do this or should I just start all over again? But then at the end they come out together and I'm pretty pleased with them. So just trust the process and keep going at it, and eventually at the end it all comes together. So right now I'm just gonna go and jump into, I'm gonna do a semi half cut crease. So I am going to be using my E3 brush from ColourPop, And I'm just going to add some concealer to this. Today I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camel Concealer. This one's in the shade Medium Beige. So I'm just going to take some of the concealer and add it to my brush. So what I like doing to do this, I am still practicing at this, so bear with me. But what I like to do is I really load up my brush with concealer. It's best to work with more than less concealer. I have found helpful. If you add less or you don't add enough, it's a little bit harder to work. So that's just my take on it and how I find it to be helpful to me. So if you're struggling with cut creases like I am, just try that out and see if it helps you. I'm going to start off in the inner corner. And that's pretty much how I've come to do my cut crease. I am not an expert and I'm still practicing at it, but I have been trying to just incorporate it a little bit more in my routine so that I can get better at it, because I really love how just cut creases look. So yeah, I am still practicing, and this is how my cut crease is looking now that I did the other one. I am very happy now that I feel a little bit more comfortable just doing cut crease. Hopefully with a little bit more practice I can get a little bit better, but for right now this is what I'm working with. So with that being said, since this is an all matte look, I'm thinking of going with this shade here. So I'm going to incorporate this one and I'm just going to tap it into that area where I added the concealer. And to add that shade, I'm going to be using the E18 brush from ColourPop. And I'm going to apply it directly to the concealer. I did not set it because this is a matte shade. It is really just going to adhere and stick to the concealer that way. This is how it's looking now once I've added that shade. I actually did go in and with the same brush that I was using, I also applied this shade up here. So I combined these two to come up with this color because I felt like this one on its own was pretty much coming out like the one that I had applied on my crease. So it was kind of getting lost. Now I'm gonna go back with this brush, the E136. This one is the one that I used to apply the more darker shade. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of it and I'm going to apply it to the outer corner, and this will just help us blend the shade that we just applied. And also I'm going to jump into the first shade that we used, and I'm also just going to run it through the crease one more time. I did get a little bit of fallout, so I'm just going to take it off with a wipe. My wipes actually dried out. I don't know why, maybe it's the heat, but they actually dried out. I think maybe the bag was ripped from somewhere and my wipes actually dried out, all of them, and the package was pretty much full. So now what I do is I just spray a little bit of this rose water to the wipe and I'll just use it like that. But yeah, I was a little bummed because my wipes dried out. Now I am gonna jump into primer. I'm going to be using today the Infallible Matte Lock Primer from L'Oreal. I'm gonna use it because since this is a matte look, this is a matte primer, so we're gonna really mattify the skin today. And I thought this would work perfect because it is super mattifying. But even with it being very mattifying, it is comfortable to wear. I know some primers can be uncomfortable to wear when they're super mattifying. Like for instance, for me, the one that I have tried that does that to me is the Becca Poreless Perfecting Primer. That primer, very mattifying, to the point that it actually tugs on my skin when I use it. In the meantime, while my primer just acts on the skin and just really mattifies and fills in the pores, I am going to add a coat of mascara. I'm going to be using the Tarte Man Eater Mascara. Today I am gonna go in with a pair of falsies. I'm gonna just apply. These are from e.l.f. I don't recall the name, but I will find it and I will go ahead and put it somewhere here. And I'll also go ahead and link it below. So yes, I'm just gonna apply these. I'm just prepping them. I actually used the strip lash adhesive from Kiss. Now I'm going to jump into foundation. Today I'm going to be using an oldie but goodie. This is my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. This one is in the shade M70. I love this foundation because it is super mattifying. Just going to add a couple pumps here to my face. And to blend this foundation, I'm going to use my Y6 brush from Morphe. I'm just going to work it into the skin with tapping motions first. I'm going to jump into concealer now. For concealer today, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This one is the original one, the one with the black cap. And I actually don't have a lot left, but we're going to hope to see if we can get some for at least today's look. So I think we should be good for at least today's video. Cool trick if you don't know already. When you have bottles like this, they usually come with a seal right here on the top, which is this one that I have right here. I actually took it out and I actually just used my tweezers. Oops. But yeah, I just used my tweezers to take it off, and you can still get a lot more product because it's not stopping for the product to come out, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you take it out, you'll still be able to find product in these bottles, as well as foundations and just anything that has that plastic top on the opening of the cap. That's a cool trick that I learned. Try it out if you just want to really empty out these types of bottles. Today I'm going to be using, like I said, this concealer. I'm just going to apply it under my eyes, down my nose, on my forehead, around my mouth. To blend out this concealer, I'm going to be using my Real Techniques sponge. Just a little tip with this concealer: when you apply it, make sure that you apply it and you right away go into blending it, because if you do wait a little bit, it is going to actually be harder to blend. It pretty much just stays on there. Okay, and today also I am going to be doing a little bit of cream contour. I'm going to take my little applicator that I have here, and I'm just going to add from this Anastasia contour palette the two shades right here. I'm going to go ahead and blend them together, and I'm just going to apply a few dots here. I'm gonna blend it out with my sponge also. To set these areas, I'm gonna go in with my translucent powder from the brand number 7. Today I am going to be doing a little bit of baking. I feel like I haven't really done that in such a long time. While we wait for this to just really sink into the skin, let's go ahead and jump into the contour. So we're just going to set those areas as well. Today I'm going to be using my Too Faced bronzer, and to apply this I'm going to use my Y8 brush. So I am going to apply a little bit of translucent powder to the bottom of that contour that I just added. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of translucent powder down my nose. while we wait for all of this to do its work, I'm going to finish off my bottom lash line. To do that, I'm just going to take pretty much the shades that I used. I'm going to use this one and this one together for the bottom lash line. To apply those, I'm going to use my Y21 brush. I'm still going to leave this on a little bit longer, so in the meantime, I'm going to apply my liquid lipstick. Today, I'm going to be combining Ashton and Stripped liquid lipsticks from Anastasia. I love how these two pair together. I'm going to use Ashton to outline my lips, and Ashton is like the darker shade. Now in the center, I am going to add the Stripped shade, which is the more lighter one. Sometimes what I like doing, just so that I can really mesh up both colors, I'll just take my finger and mix them both together. Okay, now I am ready to just take off the powder that I still have left on my face. I'm gonna use my F18 brush from ColourPop to just take all of this off. To start finishing up the look, I am going to just set my eyebrows. I'm going to be using this Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I actually tried it on my last video, I believe, and I had just forgotten actually how good it is. I really do like it. I'm not a big fan of the applicator, to be honest, and I think that's why I kind of stay away from using it, because the applicator, for me, it just is awkward, but the formula is actually really good. So I'm gonna use it again today because I really liked how it came out on my last time that I tried it. And I'm also just going to apply a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. Pretty much done, guys. That was super quick. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set the makeup, and I'm gonna be using this setting spray from Rimmel. This is the Stay Matte Fix and Go setting spray. This is hands down my favorite setting spray for matte looks. I love how it makes your makeup look. It is super mattifying and it's just flawless. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and put on a more decent shirt, and I also just let go of my hair. This is how it's looking. I really loved how it came out, and it is very mattifying. We don't have any glitter lingering around anywhere. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you find it helpful. Don't be discouraged if your makeup skills are not where you want them to be. Just practice and you'll see that with time they will get better. That is something that I have learned myself. I am not at the place where I want to be. I still have a lot to learn and just to practice, but a day at a time and you will achieve it. That is just some positivity that I want to share your way. I really had fun recreating this look with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel so that you can see more of these looks. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I hope you stay safe and healthy and just surrounded by your closest family members, and share positivity and love to everybody around you, whether it be family or just friends or people that you see, because I feel like that is something that we really need to just see more of in this world. But yeah, I feel like I'm in my feels in some way. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I really do hope that you're all doing good. I hope to see you guys very soon on my next video. Remember to stay scrumptious. Bye guys.